We love hip hop.
Pull up something here. Let me pull up something quick, fast. Big salute to Betsy Powell. She's out here in these streets. I won't say these internet streets, but she's out here in these newspaper streets. And there's an article that was posted on Monday. Let me see if I can pull it up so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. Regarding Houdini. R.I.P. Houdini. Okay. Huge, extremely huge loss in this hip hop scene over here. Okay. Let me see if y'all can see the article behind me. 1 second. Okay. So accused getaway driver name. And there's going to be words on the screen that are probably going to get me demonetized. So accused getaway driver named a gunman killing of Toronto rapper Houdini. In killing of gunman of Toronto rapper Houdini. My bad, gang. Let's see what we got here. So an accused getaway driver admits that he was behind the wheel of a rental vehicle involved in the shocking daylight shootout on Blue Jay Way that left popular rapper Houdini passed. But denies he was involved in any plan to delete Demario Jenkins on the afternoon of May 26, 2020. Did you follow his music? Defense lawyer Laura Shamis asked. Oh, that's her again. Laura Shamis, she's around everywhere. Asked the 30-year-old client Monday or recognized to see him. No. And the guy here responded twice. Later adding, I wasn't connected to any of this. He has pleaded not guilty to first-degree M. Taking the stand is his own defense. Hobbs testified Monday that he and his partner, Jack Lure, were in the area killing time as they waited to sell a kilogram of yayo to one of Lure's customers. They were inside a blue Volkswagen Tiguan SUV that Hobbs rented on May 1st with a fake identification. Hobbs said that because the driver's license was under suspension. Also, in the Tiguan was Hobbs' French bulldog puppy. While Hobbs owned another car, he testified he preferred rentals for transactions. Surveillance video played during the trial shows Tiguan arriving in the area of the Bisha Hotel north of the Rogers Center around 2:40 p.m. and staying in the vicinity until the shooting erupted at 4:08 p.m. as Jenkins and his associates walked on Blue Jay Way. Prosecutors suggested that the occupants inside Tiguan were lying in wait of the evidence of planning and deliberation. The jury has also watched surveillance videos of the shooting, which show a gunman and Tiguan in exchanging fire with three of Jenkins' associates, sending bystanders ducking for cover. So they flooded it. So these guys are pleading. So what are they saying here now? These guys are pleading guilty to the shooting, but not first-degree murder. Is that what's going on here? And what do y'all think about this, gang? This is something that's been maybe about what? We're talking about 3 years ago now? Gosh, damn. But from what these guys are saying in this court hearing, that they weren't there to intentionally lay waiting for Houdini. They were there to do a deal. Let me see what else it's saying here. Soft-spoken and wearing a beige turtleneck and blue suit, Hobbs told jurors that he and Lure arrived at the area to meet connect, and they like to conduct their dealings, transactions in public places to make sure you're not getting robbed. But that's exactly what Hobbs thought was happening when four men appeared on Blue Jay Way and sat, as they sat parked across the street from the Bisha Hotel. Looked freaked out, and Hobbs testified, and he said, "This is weird. Let's get the F out of here," before pulling a U-turn. At that point, there was a whole lot of gunshots, Hobbs said, adding he couldn't tell who shot first, but Laura was hanging out in the vehicle and firing a gun at Hobbs and said, They're saying how many times that Houdini was hit here. As they fled the scene, Hobbs said Laura told him that he'd been shot at the day earlier by Jenkins and armed associates. Or shot at, my bad. The jurors heard from the police witnesses, and the 2 or 3 gunmen were involved in the shooting 24 hours earlier. Interesting. Okay. I see what's going on here. So, okay. What is that air horn? You hear that? I heard like an air horn going off somewhere. Anyhow, from what I'm seeing here, it's showing, I guess these guys are saying that they weren't there to intentionally lay in wait for Houdini, but one of the guys had an issue with him a day earlier. So when they seen these guys, it just became a beef. That's crazy. Now, let me ask you guys, because the comment gang usually is smarter than me. Okay, I can admit that. You guys are usually smarter than me. I react to these things as I see them in the blogs. I react to these things as I see them in the news. Do you believe the testimony? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do a quick poll over here. Do y'all believe this testimony? Or do y'all think that it was like a whole pre-planned thing? Because originally, from when this came out in the news back in 2020, it was assumed, or I guess it was reported as an ambush. Okay? From the whole understanding that everybody got from the story, from the internet, from social media, from different news stories, is that this was more of an ambush than anything. Right? And that these guys were laying and waiting for Houdini. And then when him and the next young gentleman popped out of the hotel, they popped out and jumped at them and blah, blah, blah. Right? And the rest was a tragic, basically, unfolding of history. Now that we're here, 3 years and change later, about 3 years later, we're getting a different story. These guys are saying that, they were there to go and deal with whatever their regular business was. Okay? Which, in the end of the day, they're not saying, they were just there to go to church or something like that. And this is me just playing devil's advocate. Right? They're saying, no, they were there to do something illegal. However, when they seen Houdini and the next man's, they thought something was up, and then it became a shootout. So this is what they're going to try to get so that they can bring the charges down from first degree. Okay? Because first degree, you get first degree, that holds life. Right? That's an automatic life sentence. Where if in a situation like this, they can plead to self-defense, they can, involuntary manslaughter. It's different now. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Gomez says, why they folding now? I don't know if this is folding. Folding would be more like, pointing the fingers at each other. They start snitching on each other. From the way these guys are saying, they're like, that's not how it happened. Right? Or from what their defense lawyers are saying, right? Because they got to make sure that they have a proper defense when it comes to something like this, and great defense lawyers, or you're not getting off of an M. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Right? So, let me see what y'all saying in the poll here. Because like I said, y'all smarter than me. So far, 6 votes, 50-50. Right? Some of y'all are saying, yo, that story might line up. Mans are going to make a deal. From what the amount that they're saying, there's not no small amount. So, you got to, and listen, I'm not trying to condone of anything. Okay, for YouTube, listen, YouTube, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm not trying to endorse any type of activities, any type of illicit or illegal activities. I'm just reacting to a story that's happened in Toronto. Okay? Let's relax. But yeah, as far as what this goes, these guys, they said they had a substantial amount that they were trying to pick up. So when it comes to that, you got to make sure that you're armed. I'm sorry, that's just how the streets go. Nobody's picking up a key without a little bit of protection. Okay? And then they said, boom. You see these guys pop out. The man said the day before he was shot at. I kind of see where y'all are saying with the folding part. Is that snitching, gang? Would y'all consider that snitching if they said that Houdini's people were shot at them the day before that, and this is being said in court, right? Because basically they're setting up a case. They're setting up a reason for I don't know exactly the court terminologies and stuff like that, but they're making sure to set up some kind of a story. So it's like, listen, we were fearing for our lives, right? These mans were trying to take my life the day before. So now I'm all the way downtown. I see these niggas here. I don't know what's going to go down. I thought I was just here to pick up a key. And then the nigga that shot me or shot at me the day before is over here with his crew. What's going down? This is what they're trying to make the jury believe in court right now. Okay? What I want to know is in that, while trying to bring that whole character building, while bringing that whole character building together, is that low-key snitching? Comment gang, let me know. I've been on the sidewalk for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Or is it, because at that point, then there's a lot of people who go to court and say, well, listen, fam, I'm just trying to defend myself. That means any self-defense is snitching. Basically. But as far as everything being cut and dry, this was an ambush. Everybody saying, these guys jumped on Houdini and just instantly just took his life. And this is with all due respect. From what these guys are trying to testify in court now, or have their defense team say for them, they're saying that's not how it went down. It's crazy. Only Lord knows in the end of the day and the parties that were there. Okay, because in the end of the day, it's not like there was an undercover that was watching the whole thing. Okay, they got to go by the testimonies of the living parties, and the only ones that are, these are the ones that are here in court, the ones that they have arrested and also alive because a shootout did ensue between both parties. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Xmas, where? Because this is a full article in the, and he's saying do more research, right? Yeah, but the only other places to do more research at this point when it comes to stuff like this is in the streets. You feel me? And the results of said research, to me, shouldn't be brought up on these platforms. Because I'm sure that there's way more to the story than any of us know, okay? Or any of us are supposed to know, right? The only thing that I know in this whole situation is tragically, the life that was lost was a very, very prominent Toronto rapper. It's unfortunate because over here in Toronto, shit goes down. There's a lot of stuff that goes down for the people who live in the United States and stuff. I'm not trying to, have any big upsness or anything like that. Like, oh, we're the hardest or whatever. But like, there's some tragic things that go down over here where, people cross the line that they can't come back from. It's just unfortunate when these things happen with people that we know as public figures. You know what I'm saying? But Tyrone and Ahmed are beefing right now over a brick somewhere and whatever ends. It's just that they don't got a rap career. They didn't have records that had millions of views on them. You feel me? And this is also a testament to this rap game not completely getting you out of the streets. Because Houdini, for the most part, from what we were seeing on the outside, was already out of here. You feel me? He was in the United States prior to any of this happening. Okay? And then he came back over here to meet his untimely demise. But when he was in the States doesn't mean that when you were seeing all those music videos popping off and he was walking with the guy with the banjo, that all of a sudden $5 million was popping up in his bank account. And this is the same with not just him over here and the Toronto rappers, but a lot of these rappers that have a lot of motion. Okay? You see them have a lot of motion, but it doesn't give them enough money to be able to change their lifestyle. Once you reach to that other level where like you're getting like 100,000 at a time, 20, 30,000 at a time that are coming in on a constant basis. You're going and doing shows, and each show you're doing like for like 10 to 15,000. Now you're talking about, okay, you know what? Let me get the hell out of this hood. Let me get around some people that ain't on that gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some bodyguards anytime I do get around the gangsters. Like, your life starts to change. Unfortunately, with a lot of rappers and, with Houdini, his life wasn't at that point of changing yet. You know what I'm saying? He was still able to be touched. He was still able, like when they seen him downtown from when you see in this article, and I hate showing this picture, but there was no bodyguards in these pictures. You feel me? It was just him and the homie. So he wasn't at the level yet where like he's walking with security, and even with the guys who do walk with security can get popped too. Right? But that does help a lot once you reach that next level where when you're coming out of venues, the car pulls up right in front of the venue and, like that black car, the big black Jeeps, they pull up right in front of the venue and the artist comes right underneath the awning up from the hotel right into the car. Like if you want to go, if you want to slap that dude out, you got to run up right to the hotel, right through the big wall of big muscle security guys that are escorting the star right out of the hotel, right into to the car service. Mans are not there yet. That's a different lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see Drizzy pop out of like a place in Yorkville or something like that, no matter how leisurely he is on a leisure day, there's mad people with him. Like he's surrounded in a wall of people. Like you gotta put bullets to mad people to get to him. You know what I'm saying? Man's living on a complete different level of lifestyle. And I'm not even trying to compare Houdini to a Drake, but like, let's say even like an Offset, right? If you see Offset in Toronto, okay, you're not going to see Offset popping out the hotel and just walking down the street. That time has passed. That's dangerous. That's just basically, you're just a walking freaking bank account walking out of the hotel. Right? So when he comes out of somewhere like that, middle of downtown doesn't matter. Okay? Because these guys are not going to the hood. They're right in the middle of downtown in the most expensive areas. They're still with their security. He wasn't there yet, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Because in these situations, like, that would have never happened, fam. And it's unfortunate because it's like a race. It's like a race. You're trying to get past all the street stuff so that now you can afford the security. You know what I'm saying? You can be around and not have to worry about as much things, or you're only going around the places that you need to be. So listen, man, in the end of the day, it's an unfortunate loss. This case is still going to be evolving. This is not a closed case yet. So we'll definitely be giving you some updates on this and how this ends up. Okay. Let me see what y'all are saying in the comments over here too.
We love hip hop.